Hey guys, it's Michael. I'm here with Ben Shular. He's the Chief Strategy Officer for Church of God Ministries, and I've had the pleasure of staying in his home with he and Kelly while I've been here at Project Imagine Roundtable. It's been a huge honor. Thanks so much, Ben. We appreciate the hospitality.
Great to have you.
And so one of the things that we've been doing is just in the midst of all the conversations at breakfast and after the event, we've just chatted about a whole bunch of different things. And there's a book in particular that Ben's recently read. I've got it in my Amazon queue, or actually not in the queue. I've already ordered it. It should be on its way. It might even be there by the time I get home. But I wanted Ben to be able to share a little bit about that because I think it's got some good implications for us to consider in Central California. So Ben, tell us about the book a little bit.
Yeah, it's called The End of Fundraising, and it's a secular book that's based on helping nonprofits just rethink what they're doing, what's their overall goal and how they're going about doing it. And I think there's a lot of implications in that book for us in the church. One of the things that it uses is called social market value. And so they're trying to gauge what kind of actual impact are you having on the world? How exactly are you making a difference? And I think for us in the church, it really relates well because our goal, we want to give life through the local congregation into the community. So often in the church, we are really content with just good intentions. And good intentions don't always equal good outcomes. And so what we really want to focus on is what is the actual impact that's going on and have that be a measurable, deliverable thing that we have. And so for me, it really resonated because, again, we can get content with just feeling good about what we're doing or our position or where we're at. And it led back to me to a verse in Philippians, the second chapter, verse 5. Paul's talking to the church in Philippi, and there's no big problems in the church, but he's just really trying to be an encourager to them. And he says, you know, as Christians, we should have the same attitude as Christ Jesus, who in very nature God did not consider equality with God something to be used to his advantage, but instead made himself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant. And I think that's such a great reminder for us as Christians. The pure definition of being Christian is to be Christ-like. And so we want to emulate that. And so we want to be continually steadfast in our goal of to serve others, put their needs above our own, just as Christ did for the church. I mean, ultimately to the point of sacrificing his own life on the cross.
Well, what I like about it too, and I get it, you know, you're taking a secular book and translating it into the church, but what I like is the idea that so often in the church, we're thinking about outcomes inside of the four walls.
That's right.
And if it's social market value, that's the term, if it's social market value, what is it that we're doing maybe inside of the walls that actually is making a difference outside of the walls? Because that's the point, that tipping point where if our cities begin to be thankful that our churches are there versus just a building that they pass by, those religious people go to, man, that makes a huge difference in there to think that our churches would bring social market value to the cities that they're planted in. I think that's a paradigm shift too. I don't know that we're always thinking in that direction about what we bring, and then are there measurable outcomes that are in there?
Right. Absolutely. We want to be empowering people to make a difference outside the walls and make that difference. We want people to covet the change that they see in the followers of Jesus, so that they want to have that same thing in their life. And that difference can be made by empowering people, not just meeting their needs or focusing on the people that just come in the building and having them be content and feel good about what's going on, but we want to be empowering them for ministry going out, which is really discipleship to me is completed when you're discipling other people.
There you go.
That's what's happening. And so we want to continually be focused on what kind of impact are we having, and we can only have it when we continually empower others, and that reverse pyramid just continues to grow out and out.
So good. Well, hey guys, if there's anything in that book, I'll put that in the video at the end so you can find a link to be able to get that book. But I'd really encourage you to think about the social market value that you're bringing to the city that you're planted in. Your church has a DNA and was planted there by early pioneers who had a vision. And it wasn't a vision for the church, it was a vision for the city and the world as a whole. Bring social market value to the city that you're planted in. Blessings to you guys. Have a great day.
God bless.